Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Jonesy, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Jonesy, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What's on the cutting room floor today, Amanda?
Some people have a lot of money, don't they? I saw someone the other day doing their Christmas fridge scaping, where they've put a whole lot of coloured Christmas lights and little tableaus inside their fridge.
Oh.
And Kelly Clarkson has revealed on her chat show that she has a year-round Christmas room in her home. So she said that she and her kids will literally go in there and dance throughout the day and just put Christmas songs on. It started a few years ago. She said, I decorated it in the first year just for Christmas, and I thought, that was a lot of work. We'll just shut the doors on this room until next Christmas. Casual.
Well, it's interesting.
Do you have a spare room where you could do that? Just shut the door and never go in.
Well,
and that's your
because
Christmas
there
room?
is a room. We got the old lady room in the house. I could say that. No one ever goes into it. It's just the old lady.
Which one's that?
It's one upstairs. It's just got. It's supposed to be some sort of parents' retreat thing, but no one ever goes into it.
Does it have a door you can close where you can put all your Christmas things and close the door?
You can turn it into whatever you wanted to turn it into.
It could be your sex non-dungeon, an upstairs dungeon.
Why would it be a sex non-dungeon?
Because it's upstairs and not a. When you think of dungeon,
yeah,
it kind of has to be underground, doesn't it?
Actually, yeah, dungeon.
Sex addict, not addict. A sex attic could be.
Well, yeah, but addicts have got bad connotations, really.
Like on a dungeon doesn't?
No, yeah, but addicts.
Let's move on from Kelly Clarkson to Barbara Streisand, and we've spoken to her about this when we interviewed Barbara.
She's got a
Streisand.
shopping centre in her house.
A whole shopping mall underneath her home. She's worth about $915 million, so she can do whatever the hell she likes.
Yeah, whatever she wants.
In her basement, she has constructed a mini shopping mall. And I picture in my head that it's like a little doll's size. It's actual, obviously, normal size. There's a gift shop, an antique clothing shop. I mean, who's going to buy things? There's a doll shop because she's a giant doll collector. Not a collector of giant dolls, but of those big creepy ones. And there's a sweet shop that serves frozen yogurt and popcorn to her A-lister guests who she invites over for movie screenings. I wonder if she charges them. Go and get it at the shop.
Well, it's a pity they're not big dolls because what's Gary Barlow's son going to play with?
Well, she also has those old-fashioned shop fronts, like ye old worldy shopping mall stuff.
I love that.
It's weird, isn't it?
George Harrison, he had a big place and there was catacombs underneath his place. So he flooded those. So it was like a mini Venice.
Did he go under?
Yeah, he flooded them so you could paddle a gondola underneath his big estate.
That'd be dark and creepy, I reckon.
Yeah, but he got all these lights and it was quite fascinating.
Candy Spelling, Aaron Spelling's widow.
Yep.
She, in her giant mansion, had a gift wrapping room, a whole room devoted to her wrapping gifts. Mm. There would be rows and rows and rows of paper, of ribbons, of sticky tape, of everything, because she said, I take my gift giving very seriously, expressing my gratitude. Did you hear my stomach gurgle then? Sorry about that. Expressing my gratitude in the form of a beautifully wrapped present is important to me. And she says, people often tell me that they don't want to open the gift because the wrapping is that good.
I so she could
must be an exploding cigar inside. Oh, it's all right, Candy. I'll open it later.
She could be giving out any amount of shit.
Yeah, and no one's going to open it.
I'm not going to open that.
Yeah, it's like Picasso, and he used to go into restaurants. He'd sign his check with a little illustration, so no one would ever cash it. They just put it up on the wall because they never had to pay for a meal. Do you see what I'm saying? You're looking dumbfounded.
Oh, well, I just remember when I was in Karratha, my first radio station, Rolf Harris had painted on the wall and signed Rolf Harris.
I think they've painted over that by
You
now.
reckon they would have painted over that?
Would they? Yeah, you'd have to.
I wonder if you went to Diddy's mansion, what would you find in his little...
Baby oil.
Slippery room.
And the dungeons.
The upstairs dungeon.
They're all
which
around.
would be an attic.
And some of his own catacombs.
Puffy coombs.
Maybe he has a baby oil shopping mall underneath his house.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe
He's Diddy Coombs.
He
Let's not make light. He's a monster.
is. Yeah, he is a monster. Diddy Coombs.
Can we go back to our soup now?
Yes.
Hey, hey, get ready, everybody. Here is some more of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
It's podcast time.
Keep going.
That's all I got.
What have you got for me today?
The top 10 of the world's sexiest bald men for 2024.
Let me ask you this before you name who any of them are. Would you be flattered to be on the list of the sexiest bald men? If you weren't deliberately bald, like Pitbull, one thing.
Is he deliberately bald or bald?
I think he's choosing to be bald. But what about people who are just incidentally bald?
It must be hard. I look at Prince William.
Is he on the list?
He's number one.
Yeah, see, he's not choosing to be bald. Bald is choosing
And
him.
he's let the sidebar bits hang in there as well. And so he has a neat trim.
He
could
looked too eggish with no hair.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to have a good shaped
And
head.
when you're probably one of the most photographed men in the world, you can't suddenly get replacement hair.
Yeah, like Harry.
Has he?
Harry's had the replacement hair.
Is that well known?
Yeah, I think he mentioned it, the yeah hair.
Has he?
Yeah, he's pretty. He makes jokes about his thinning hair, but it is a curse. I know a lot of young guys. One of my son's mates, and he's really concerned about his hair thinning. And I said, "Oh, mate," and we're just talking one day, and he said, "It really stresses me." And I said, "Look, you can see people about it. You know, there's all sorts of treatments.
There are treatments
and things about it. You don't have to, put up with the jokes and all that sort of stuff."
But see, on this top 10, and tell me who's on it, because I'm just imagining it.
Okay.
Are they all completely bald? Because balding men, women love bald heads, but they don't. How do guys feel if they're balding?
Do you like the balding head?
Not the balding
right.
brothers.
Okay, well, you know who's the number one.
Yeah, you told me it was William.
It's Prince William. So at 10, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, there's a certain sexiness to him. He makes sense being bald.
At 9, Stanley
Tucci.
whoever he is.
You know who Stanley Tucci
Who's
is.
Stanley Tucci?
Are you joking?
Who's Stanley
He's
Tucci?
one of the world's biggest actors. And
What's he in?
He was in Devil Wears Prada. He's been in a lot of
Like what
fabulous
else?
films. I'll Google him. A lot of fabulous films. But not only that, he has started a sidebar with his Italian cooking kind of stuff on social media. He's married him, interestingly, to Emily Blunt's sister.
Well, while you're Googling Stanley Tucci,
Well, I don't need to because I know who he is.
well, can you Google at number 8, Thierry Henry?
Okay, let's start with Stanley Tucci.
Yep. And then Thierry.
No, just one at a time. What kind of films is Lovely Bones?
Yep.
Searching for something in Italy.
No.
The Hunger Games, Conclave, Inside Men, The King's Man.
Oh,
A lot
The
of
King's Man.
Quality films that you haven't seen because
like
they're
The
not
King's Man.
franchises. And who's the next one?
If it's not Smokey and the Bandit, I'm not interested.
Thierry.
Curiously.
Who's Thierry? What's his last
Burt
name?
Reynolds had a huge thatch. Thierry Henry.
Well, his was a fake thatch too.
Was it?
Yes.
Thierry Henry? You got him?
Let's see who he is when he's at home. Is he a sports person? He's a French football coach.
Okay. Number 7, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, come on. Sexy?
He's sexy.
He's bald. Is he sexy?
Freeze mother.
a plane.
What about 6, Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito. Tell me about this. Isn't the world's most famous bald men? What's the list called?
It's the world's sexiest bald
Danny
man.
DeVito.
Number 5, Terry Crews.
Who's he? Oh, yeah, there's that actor who was in that police thing, American police comedy. Hang on, look, play along. You know who it is.
No, I do not.
You do.
Number
let me show the shows he was in.
Yeah.
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. Yep, missed it. Number 4,
No, you've watched that.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched one
great
frame.
show. You would love it.
There's a million shows that I need to catch up on.
Okay.
Number 4, Kelly Slater.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Shaquille O'Neal.
Sexy? Big, but sexy?
Number 2, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
I will say this. Where the hell is Jason Statham? Why isn't he on this list?
Who have they asked for the voting? I didn't
I don't know,
vote.
Johnny Blindo, because who wouldn't put Jason Statham on the list? He is the go-to sexiest bald guy in the world. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I
Do you
guess
like
so.
Jason Statham?
He's all right. I don't watch those kind of movies.
I got a bit of a man crush on Jason Statham because I ran into him one day.
Oh, I've heard this story. You didn't run into him. You yelled at him in the street. That is not running into as if you're friends in a bar.
We bumped into each other and had a great chat.
Tell us forensically what happened.
It's 2005, thereabouts, and the family decides, the whole family, extended mum and dad, Denny, everyone, head over to Disneyland. And so my brother and I
Got smashed.
decided to treat Hollywood as a pub crawl. And so we spent the whole family trip in Disneyland, getting high on cheap beer. And we're walking in down, Rodeo Drive. Mm-hmm. And on the plane flying over there, the movie The Transporter was on constantly. And I watched the movie.
It's got him in it.
And my brother, yes.
I've never seen it.
You've not seen The Transporter?
No.
Oh, you hang shit on me.
Was Stanley Tucci in it?
No, you hang shit on me for not knowing all your movies. The Transporter is a great movie. Anyway, we're walking down Rodeo Drive. And I said to my brother, Matt,
Matt, I said.
Look, coming towards us, that's the dude, the Transporter dude, the dude from the movie. And he goes, oh, yeah, it is too. And I said, what's his name? And he goes, I don't know. And this is before mobile phones where you can Google someone. I go, oh, man, what's his name? He's so good. He goes, let's say hello. He's coming right towards us.
And you're drunk as a skunk.
And it's a long way. He's walking towards us. He's got like a little burglar cap on, you know, the one that Brian Johnson from AC/DC wears. And he's sort of hunched over. And I don't think he wanted to be identified. But then having said that, why is he walking down Rodeo Drive?
Oh, because he lives in LA and he's allowed to walk down the street.
Anyway,
but also when you say you dream of him being identified, you didn't know his name.
So he's scooched over and he's walking towards my brother and I.
Little does he know what's about to unfold.
And Matt said, we'll just say hello. And I said, mate, we'll just be cool. And anyway, he comes up. He's within 3 feet of us. And Matt goes, hey, Transporter dude.
And what did he do?
And he looked up and said, hey, boys, in that gruff English accent. And I said, oh, mate, can I just say,
Don't extend it.
You know when you start talking,
What were you trying to say?
I love that movie. And, you know, you're so versatile. You're like a modern day MacGyver, you know, using all those things like when you're wrestling those guys covered in motor oil.
Up.
And it's just getting worse and worse.
I've heard you do that sober and it's awful.
And it probably sounds like...
Well, when it starts with, hey, you and that transponder dude or whatever.
So anyway, Jason, on that strength, I know your name now. And I know a lot about Jason Statham. And his Hollywood star has risen.
Yeah.
He's been in the Meg. Come on. Yeah. Not just Meg 1, but Meg 2.
Yeah.
He's a franchise phenomenon.
Yeah. Bald. Sexy.
Yeah. It's Jonesy and the man is cutting the room floor. Yeah. It's Jonesy and the man is cutting the room floor.
On the cutting room floor today.
We thought we'd talk the tale of two big phalluses. The first one is what has people flocking to Geelong Botanic Gardens. It's a corpse plant, Amorphophallus titanium. Brendan, describe the look of it.
Well, it looks like a big penis.
Okay, well, dance around it a bit. I'd like to see footage of that.
That's your Saturday night.
It's like a cabbage that once a year opens up and there's a giant phallus that comes out only for a couple of days.
Yeah.
People
I will say
queue up
this,
to
though,
see
it looks a bit from column A and a bit from column B. It looks penisy but vaggy at the same time. So it's a bit...
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You zoom in on it.
Which I haven't. But people have been lining up. They've even got a live stream set up at the Botanic Gardens there so people can look at it.
Yep.
But what I saw when I looked at it was people trying to waft the smell towards them.
Where's you want the smell?
Smell like stinky feet,
It's, you know,
like dead mice.
I paid to see a diving act. I want to see me a diving act.
Well, the other phallus that's in the news today, this man has stunned the world with a 19-inch phallus.
What? It's his own?
No, he bought it at the shop.
Well, you can make
He's wearing
one.
a baguette down his pants. It's his own. And what's interesting...
19 inches.
Yeah. Actually, how many... Can you Google how many centimetres that would be?
Sure. This might take some time.
Do it. I'll talk about it while you Google.
Okay, you talk about it while I Google.
Will you be allowed to Google that, or the system shut you out?
It's just measurements.
No, it's just measurements, Mum. That's all I'm doing. Well, it's not what you'd imagine it would be fun to have. It's 900 grams. Oh, my God, nearly a kilo.
Whoa, 482 millimetres.
And tell me how long that is on a ruler.
Well, it's bigger than a 30-centimetre ruler. Most rulers are 30 centimetres, so it's 18
1.5 rulers?
Yeah, 1.5 rulers.
Oh, my God.
Wouldn't want that whacked on the back of your legs.
1.5 rulers. It's like Charles and Andrew together.
Does
But
it work?
I don't know, but it's no fun for him. He said he has a life without sexual relations, doesn't have a girlfriend, frequent painful urinary tract infections.
Okay.
So this Mexican man is saying it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, you're okay. You don't have to worry about it. If it makes you feel better.
Because girls don't, when you were young, we used to measure it.
When girls were young.
Well, no, you girls never would have done this. When we were young guys, we used to measure
What with?
a ruler.
And in front of others?
Yeah, usually in your brother or something like that. You've got siblings.
Brother or the other religious clergy.
The priest. He come in.
In front of your other siblings. Don't see that in the Brady Bunch.
They're always measuring it. What are you boys doing down in the den? That's a guy thing. I know that you girls do that.
Of course. What would they measure? What would
The length
girls
of it.
measure? Of what?
You ask any guy and they measure.
Yeah, but what's a girl measuring?
I don't know. Girls didn't, I guess
We never borrowed the tape measure and disappeared down to the basement like you did.
as it were. But that was just a thing that guys did. But 19 inches, that is extraordinary.
Well, how big do you think that plant one is?
That would probably be almost 19 inches.
No.
I reckon
it
it
was
would.
towering over people's heads.
And because that's the base. You haven't factored in the base. It's like the Statue of Liberty. When you look at that,
She's got high-heeled sandals
there's
on.
statue, and then there's a giant,
Yeah.
plinth.
Yeah. Would you line up and queue around if that Mexican guy came out on tour? Do you think they'd have a live stream on him? People walking around trying to waft things
Trying to
towards
get a waft. It smells like Guzman.
Let's just end it there, shall
What are
we?
you talking about? This guy with the no dick?
No, or do you want to?
Well, you've got the
By
big
way
guy.
of comparison.
Yeah.
Look, your language is offensive today.
What's a podcast?
This poor man, and why would he use his name and go public? He's got a micro penis.
Oh.
It's measuring under 1 inch. And we use that by way of men hearing this and feeling better about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So he also can't have relations, and it's taken a toll on his confidence and relationships. So, there's that as well. The world produces people in all shapes and
What would
sizes.
you rather? The micro or the
no,
major?
we have to ask a man that. What would you rather?
Oh, you go the major.
Would you?
Well, I live with that now, so.
And with a major, sergeant major. I was hoping we'd talk about things botanical, and sadly we've gone somewhere else.
Something smells like rotting meat.
You didn't see this on Don Burke, or did you?
Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
It's time for the cutting room floor.
You know how we spoke last week about how Kelly Clarkson has a year-round Christmas room in her house?
Yeah.
And then we discussed that Barbara Streisand, underneath her house, has a full shopping alley.
Yeah. Shopping alley?
Yeah, pretty
Shopping
much a
mall, isn't
shopping
it?
mall with full-sized housing and dolls' house and dolls' shops and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's a full-on shop. Does she have shop keeps? We spoke to her about it. She was not too happy that we spoke to her
No, I
about
think she
it.
was into it because she's very proud of her doll collection. She was like a dizzy old lady, really, and I loved her for that.
She is a dizzy old lady.
Well, on the strength of that, I've been hearing about a new housing trend called iceberg housing. Travis Kelce's doing this.
What's that?
Travis Kelce, who is Taylor Swift's boyfriend. So what happens is you have a house that looks normal, but the money is spent underneath the house.
Oh,
So
like an iceberg.
he has built a man cave with a golf simulator
Yep.
underneath his $6 million mansion. So this is a new trend, the iceberg house. So what they say is in a world where anyone with money can buy a flashy mansion, iceberg homes present a modest exterior while concealing lavish, expansive interiors below ground.
Yep.
The hidden opulence of iceberg homes reflects a modern understanding that true wealth is about the quality of life inside,
Yep.
not how much of it is on display. I think it means don't show your wealth off, dig down and do it there. Some examples?
Go.
Gyms, pools, cinemas, wine stores, cellars, staff quarters for au pairs and nannies. Yeah. No, there's no one down there, darling. I'll just go and check on the nanny.
Scott Cam, he used to have this old house and it looked nothing to look out the front. You'd look at it and you go, it just looks like a nice house, war era, post-war era red brick joint with a bit of a Victorian bent about it. And then he pressed this remote and the garage would open and you'd go into this whole
subterranean. What's in there? What's in there?
Like he had a full-on Mitre 10 shop. He bought, an old Mitre 10 was going out of business. He bought everything, all the nuts, the bolts, everything, all the stuff, even the cash register.
Even I would love to see
and
that.
You go in there and you could drive, this might bore you a bit, but you could put it, and tradies will appreciate this, you could drive a tip truck, a 3-ton tipper with a bobcat on the back into it. That's how big the garage door was.
Had he built that?
He built it himself. And that was his, and I remember going around to the place because I looked at his house. I went around there for a beer one time years ago and I went, I thought Scotty would live in a better house than this. It was a nice house, but I was thinking it's kind of on par with my house. And then he opens it, he goes, just bring your bike into the garage, Jonesy. I went, where is it? And and the whole thing.
It is like Thunderbirds.
So cool.
And
so
can you
cool.
reverse out with a bobcat? Or did he have a turning circle?
You could have easily, not one of those turntables.
But the place is big enough where you can turn it around.
Go, and get it. He had like a table saw down there.
If you could build underneath and have your iceberg dungeon, why are we always talking about dungeons?
Why is it a dungeon with you?
What would you have in there?
A model train set. I like the idea of a model train set. Rod Stewart has one in his attic, and I think it's Chicago or New York railway station, that whole area.
Almost actual size.
From the 40s. And he made it on the cover of Model Railway Enthusiast magazine.
And you'd love that.
I love that. I love the idea of watching it, but there's a lot of work to it. So thankful for YouTube because you can see Miniature Wonderland with the Germans with that model train set. And you go, oh, that's pretty good.
I've always fantasised about having one of those libraries where you need a ladder to go around.
Yeah.
Having said that, I wouldn't want one underground. I want one in a big light-filled room.
No, because then the books go all mouldy.
Yeah.
And
I don't need a subterranean room. Maybe it's more of a guy thing than a girl thing. Because I'd like an amazing kitchen with one of those butler pantries with an actual butler in it.
Yep.
I'll give you that butler, but they're above ground dreams.
Yeah. But
where will I stock my fairy porn? I do need a library of some kind.
Where you keep your porn in your dungeon. Perhaps that'd be straight to the dungeon. It's funny though. What's the term again?
Look, it's called iceberging. But
it sounds very Urban Dictionary.
It is. So if you're going to look up iceberging and send a picture off to your architect or a local builder, beware, because it also is a term in the Urban Dictionary.
So now I've asked, and it's scary that you actually have it there.
I do. I've looked at it.
What is iceberging?
It's where you do a massive poo and then the poo piles on top of each other to the point where it goes above the water in the shape of an iceberg.
Oh.
And here it is in a sentence. Hey, bro, check out this massive poo. I'd be iceberging 2 inches. So it's 2 inches above the water line.
Because we call that, remember what we had a name for it. Come on, you know this.
We saw that crocodile film and there was a rogue island.
It was rogue.
And you will say to me, I've done a rogue, as if you built it, as if an island has appeared.
Because an island.
So maybe in Australia, I'm going to get my architect to design a rogue.
Out of all the ones, it's not that bad, really.
No, well, I've changed the wording slightly to make it palatable to read out.
But it's not Cosby sweater.
What's that mean?
Or brown cardigan.
What's that mean?
Oh, how about?
What does Cosby sweater mean?
You know what Cosby sweater? Okay,
Is it about Bill?
What? No, just I'm not going to do this. This is some homework for you.
Do a drawing for me.
I'm not going to do it. I thought you knew this.
No.
Anyway,
that's all today.
Hey, everybody here is some more of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Hey, everybody here is some more of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Hey, are you ready for more? Oh, yeah.
hello.
Hi. How are you?
Welcome to our cutting room floor.
I always like the story, as do you, Brendan, about a dumb criminal. Let me tell you about this man. Matthew Davies is his name.
Ah.
He's a bank robber, so he's a baddie. But he did an armed raid at a bank in Dunfermline in Fife last year. He's 47 years old, threatened staff with a meat cleaver, and he left the branch of the bank with nearly £2,000.
Yep.
He was later arrested. The reason he failed was because to keep his identity a secret, he put a pillowcase on his head.
Okay.
Clever.
Yep.
The downside, he didn't cut any eye holes in, so he had to take it off so he could see where he was going.
Yeah, you know, the great train robbery. They had the presence of mind to, wear masks and have good vision. It's important.
Well, the court heard a witness followed him home from the branch to his house. Police found the cash and a pillowcase consisted with what he put over his head at his house, and they discovered a stun gun as well.
Yeah.
All circumstantial.
Do they shoot him? Just shoot him.
Can I tell you about some other dumb robbers that I've enjoyed reading about? Armed robber Robert Hennels was caught after he boasted on Facebook about his plans to raid a supermarket in a post that included a selfie, a picture of a knife, and the words, "Doing Tesco over." Well, he's been in jail for 4 years.
I just wonder about the criminal mind. When you watch Ocean's 11 and you're watching Danny Ocean get his gang of guys together to pull the heist on the casino, there's a lot of planning that goes into it.
And a lot of selection for your gang. What about this guy? His name is Donald Hugh, goes by the name of Chip anyway. He didn't like the photo that police were circulating of himself after his crime, so he sent them one himself with a note, "This is a better photo. That one is terrible." And then they found him, funnily enough.
What about the guy that rang the police because someone sold him a bag of oregano instead of marijuana?
And he wanted them arrested.
He rang the police to say, "I've been ripped off. I wanted to score some marijuana. I want to report this guy because he sold me oregano." But then the police couldn't actually arrest him because he indeed had just bought a bag of oregano.
What about this? 2 Welsh tourists landed themselves in court after they got drunk and stole a penguin from SeaWorld in Australia. They probably woke up the next morning, who's this well-dressed young person around us here?
Well, that's why you'd steal them, because they're so well-dressed.
Yeah, maybe.
You're not going to go and steal a hyena.
No, in the nude.
No, I'm not taking that home. That's no good.
So don't be a fool. What about this one? One more. A retired couple returned home from holidays to discover a burglar fast asleep in their bed. If you're going to burgle a place, have an escape plan that doesn't involve taking a sleep in the bed.
But this is what happened with Goldilocks. She was a little burglar.
Actually, you're quite right.
She ripped off the 3 bears' porridge.
Sat in their chairs.
Yep.
What happened? And then she fell asleep in the bed?
Yeah, she fell asleep in the bed because, the first bed was too hard, the second bed was too lumpy.
She'd be vilified as a slag now, wouldn't she?
The third bed
She tried out 3 different beds. She'd be on OnlyFans in a shot.
Straight to Love Island.
Yeah.
Everyone's circling her honey pot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.